welcome to Carter's Retro Reviews. I gave some dating advice recently, but there was one thing that I did neglect to mention, and that is if your boyfriend or husband is asking for a three-way, just let him. I mean, yeah, he'll think it's Christmas, come early, but he's probably just like eyeing off your friend, thinking she's every bit alright. So just let him. I mean, it's going to be 2 minutes, 5 at tops, and, you know, it's probably going to put a strain on your relationship, and you'll probably break up over it, and it was probably a terrible idea to begin with, but you know what? Just let him. You know, if you're going to be the coolest wife or / girlfriend if you just do, and I think that's pretty sound advice. So I will be giving more dating advice in the future, and some of these pro tips will definitely there's going to be more of them, both for the ladies and the men as well. So for guys, I got an article coming up that I'm going to post. 3,271 ways to please your woman. So keep an eye out for that one as well. Thanks. As a review for Tatsunoko vs Capcom on the Wii, you're probably wondering the same thing I was. Who the fuck are Tatsunoko? Well, they're an anime company. If the next question you're gonna ask is who the fuck do they think they are being in a fighting game, believe it or not, this is not the first game that they've been in. In fact, Tatsunoko ended up teaming up with my favourite game development company, Takara, and produced Tatsunoko Fight for the PlayStation 1. And the crazy thing is, the PlayStation 1 game doesn't look bad. The thing with a game like this is it has both an underground and mainstream appeal. The mainstream appeal is that it looks like most modern one-on-one fighting games, which is awesome. Its underground appeal is in the characters you can select. You have some characters you can play that everyone who's ever played a fighting game can use, like Ryu or Chunnas, but it does feel like some super nerd at Capcom did up a dream list of characters he would love to put into a fighting game and just have at it. Some of these characters I had to look up even from the Capcom side, regardless on the fact that I was a huge Capcom fan. Beautiful Joe makes a surprising entry in this game. Shame he sucks as a character no matter how hardcore I love the first two Beautiful Joe games. Alex is from Street Fighter 3, I'm pretty sure. A dude or two from the excellent rival schools. Mega Man characters, which I knew like the back of my hand because I fucking love Mega Man. Morrigan from Dark Stalkers, and even the dude from Dead Rising was a bit of a surprise. Kaijin no Soki, Saki Omokane, PTX 40A. Who the fuck are you? I've never played Lost Planet or Quiz Nanairo Dreams. Is that even how you pronounce it? Nanairo? Nanairo. Or Onimusha. Although after seeing the gameplay on YouTube for Onimusha, I think I'll have to buy and play that one too. But even then, that's only half of the fucking characters. I simply ended up playing the Capcom characters first. You know, getting used to what I know before jumping over to the Tatsunoko characters. I've played games like this in the past where the characters I know have been the staples, and the ones I don't are simply too complicated to work out. That's right, Samurai Showdown 3 and 4, I'm calling you out. When you added the new characters to the roster, provided they weren't the ones who moved quickly, you had to be careful with every fucking move. Hey, I just want to mash keys until I win, but no, you had other plans. By adding that third dimension of strategy, making the game quite hard to beat. I thought this game was going to be like that, but I was wrong. Very wrong. I still like Ryu and Chunnas, but very rarely do I actually bother selecting them now. Nearly all the Tatsunoko characters are better, and not just in a button bashing sort of way either. Their characters just seem to play better overall, even if you're the sort of person to choose a precise method of playing fighting games. It has a handful of modes to play, which are all pretty nice, but let's not bullshit ourselves here. I'm only interested in 2 modes, arcade and 2-player. As far as I'm concerned, the other modes can simply be menu choices that are broken when you choose them. I did play them because I wanted to be thorough with this review. Survival mode is pretty good, and time attack is another mode. You can go into training, etc. What would have been nice is a survival mode. I'm pretty sure Tekken 3 had a mode where you could select your character and it would be in a Streets of Rage style of game, and that was fun as hell. Something special and different that made that game even more impressive for its time. I'd like to see something like that as an additional mode in a game like this. It can be a cut down version of a much larger game, like a flashback to the Capcom titles like Alien vs Predator. The backgrounds are really nice and unique. All the characters seem to be pretty unique, even the ones I didn't know before this game. Everything really seems like a lot of thought was put into it, and that little something to make it the best fighter on the Wii, and perhaps for any console that year. It looks fucking amazing for a Wii game. I didn't think a Wii game could have all this shine to it. When I saw it was a Wii exclusive, that only made me confused because the Wii does not seem like the sort of console this would be geared at. I would have expected to see this on my Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. The graphics are good, sound is good, and even though the Wii remote seems like it would hinder gameplay, it strips it down to the basics and still plays pretty well. It does seem like the sort of game that would benefit from a classic controller more. Would I recommend it? Yes. But don't get used to me making such recommendations to Wii games. Sure, the Wii does have some good titles, but at some point, you'll see the Wii for what it really was. A dumping ground for third-party developers to make some easy cash by making shit games for an extremely popular console. As always, thank you very much for watching. Click on the TV to see the last review, and click on the name underneath the television if you'd like to subscribe.